Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Hogwarts Mystery. Today we're doing our theories on Rita Skeeter, the despicable, horrible, I just don't like her so much. We will be going into the facts that support she is potentially R and the facts against, and at the end coming to a decision about how likely it is that she would be R. Also, we'll be using some of your comments as well from past videos to help me decide whether she potentially could be. So let's get into it. Rita Skeeter, born in the 1950s, is a journalist who specialised in writing poison pen stories. Those stories tended to be based, surprise surprise, on false information and misreported interviews. Her ability to acquire information is assisted by the fact that she is an unregistered animagus, which means she should be in Azkaban because that's what's meant to happen if you're an unregistered animagus. So somebody get on that. Dementors, take her away. So what evidence do we have that supports the fact that Rita Skeeter could be R? First of all, let's focus on the fact that she is an animagus and can transform at any point into a beetle. Now, beetles mean that, she could be in the room at any point. Nobody's looking for beetles when they go into a room. So she could have got a lot of information that she was talking about from us. Whilst Rita Skeeter turned up to run a competition, it could have been that she was there a lot longer, even after she supposedly left. She could still be in my dorm room, like a beetle just under my bed, listening, waiting to hear that little bit of information that she's going to use against us. Rita Skeeter threw a spanner in the works when she said that she knew about R, that she had information on her, of course keeping it to herself and not giving us any clues. Whilst there, she did try in her best way, supposed to be our friend, trying to share information, but then not sharing the main bits. So obviously she is deceitful enough and skilled enough. The process of becoming an animagus is very complex to potentially be somebody who could be R. We know that R was somebody who has the ability to cast a lot of curses and potentially bypass curses as well. We know that somebody has accessed the vaults because of the remaining things that are left behind. There is evidence to suggest that maybe they took down the vaults and then possibly reactivated them later, or they reactivated on their own, unknown. So she is potentially skilled enough to have done that. Furthermore, we received a warning about a she, her, a female. So she fits that bill, I think. Really, in terms of female threats at the moment, there is her, Madam Rakepick, Penny. Please, Penny, no. Rowan for females, because she's female in that version, but it wouldn't work for the males, so I'm going to discount her. Tulip Karasu, who could be betraying us. We know that she's pretty skilled and has been able to get ahead of us in some parts of taking down the vaults, and is likely to betray us because she betrayed Marula, and of course Marula and Liz. Yeah, I don't think it's Liz. Oh, and Tonks, but yeah, right. It's not gonna be Tonks, right? One of the biggest facts that supports Rita Skeeter being R is the fact that when she was born, 1950s, means that potentially she could have been around at the same time as Jacob, our brother. Now, if that's true, then she could have been the person who was transfiguring the quills, the notes into quills, and that's what ended up in Filch's office. It would explain why she says she knows who R is. And so there's a lot of information that supports that Rita Skeeter could be R. But for other candidates, there's a lot of information that kind of rules them out. But that is if we are to believe everything that we've learned so far. If R is around at this time, you'd think that one of the things they want to do is throw in red herrings there so people don't find out who R is. It's unsure who made these quills or when exactly each quill was made or transfigured from a note into a quill. And with that, we don't know if they're all reliable. Some of them could be red herrings that R has put in there to lure us away from him, her. So let's look at some of your guys' comments on Rita Skeeter theory, starting with Dill Thomas, who's given us pros and cons. Pros, she's an animagus, as shown in Goblet of Fire, so she can easily get around and place evidence and get into the cursed vaults. Based on her age, it's possible she went to school with Jacob. So Dill is online with some of the things that I've been saying. With the fact that she's a beetle, note that every time the vaults have been triggered, they say that they've been tampered with. Well, if a beetle enters it, through a crack, you would say that was probably tampered with. Because each time we've gone in, it doesn't look like they've been tampered with in that, the door has been revealed. Cons though, I personally believe she would not be capable enough of opening Cursed Vaults herself. If she was skilled enough to break into Cursed Vaults, would she really be working as a journalist for daily profit? Burn. She says she knows who R is, implying that R is a third person. But if she was R, this would be a good tactic to throw for the protagonist. Also, not entirely sure of her motive. She wants the scoop of the story, but the plot implies that R was looking for the vaults at the same time or even prior as Jacob. She would be in school, she wouldn't want to know about the vaults unless someone had started the quest before her. Overall, I feel as if the game has given Rita as a red herring. It could be possible that she is R, Jam City can create a good enough motive for her. Next up, a comment from Basil Jackalus. So these comments were from a long time ago. This is when I originally said, who do people think is R? So their opinions may have changed now. Consider this, pretty much the whole fandom knows that Rita is an unregistered Mana Animagus, although no character knows about this in the gameverse. So she could have observed everything from our character's first year up to now by transforming into that stupid beetle. So she might already know the truth whether we tell her or not. I think this is some sort of mind games from that old hag, because you do not like her. In fact, she might even know the truth about the vaults and Jacob, but I wouldn't put it past her to lie about that stuff as it's in her nature. Well said. James Ross Naylor says, this video has more or less convinced me that Rita is not R. It's simply far too obvious. We're obviously meant to think she's R, so for the story's sake, it has to be someone else. Also, it would mean having the same person send the letters that claim to be two different people. Rita's helping you and R is threatening you, which seems overly convoluted. Unfortunately, I'm stumped for other ideas at the moment. Looking forward to your fan theories video. Thank you. It's been a while, but I finally got around to doing it. There's a really good point in there that the letters were threatening, so we were threatened, we would face severe punishment if we didn't go into another common room to locate the next Black Quill. Which, if you look at some of the dialogue between us and Rita, Rita does make a lot of similar threats towards us. I think that's what he's touching on there. But yeah, there's that. She's helping us and threatening us at the same time. Seems overly convoluted. I get that completely. So personally, I feel like she does have the ability to take down the vaults if she wished. To become an Animagus, you've got to be pretty committed. Evidence suggests that she's fairly good at charms, that she can cast jinxes as well. She knows some non-verbal magic, and the fact that she took candles out and was able to, without saying, light them up. But they'd have to make something really good up to give her some form of intent. Rita Skeeter throughout, even though she is, she's not on anybody's side in terms of the truth. If there's something better, a lie that she can make up, she'll put it out there. But she's always been a journalist. She is mainly all about getting the best scoop. And therefore, I don't think it is in her interests to be able to take down the Cursed Vaults. I think James is right in the fact that they obviously want us to think that she is, because she fits all the criteria so well. And her name begins with R, that it just felt so much like a red herring as we were being presented with all this information from Rita. So all in all, I personally do not think Rita Skeeter is R. I just cannot see the motive, the intent to do that, and what does she have to gain from it? She's not really the type of person who seems to want power. She wants fame and glory. Whilst whatever's in the Cursed Vaults could be powerful, you're probably thinking it's going to be something, a powerful magic in terms of attacking people. It's unlikely that everything she's written is about other people. That while she is quite a self-centered person, it seems, she does focus her attentions on other people, their stories, and putting that out for people to have a good read. So I put it for me, a 10% chance that Rita Skeeter could be R, but hopefully soon we will find out. I mean, that's the Hogwarts mystery, isn't it? There's still many chapters to go. So hopefully we'll find out the way. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Do you think I'm right in that, thinking that Rita Skeeter is 10% chance? Do you think she's no chance at all? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The next video, the final one, that is Fan Theories number 1. This was a long time ago that this was voted the favourite, but not a lot has changed in terms of, there's been a lot of around Rake Pick, and so she probably may have been an increased favourite. But let's stick to Rowan. We can do Rake Pick at a future date. Rowan, let me know your thoughts. Rowan, evidence for and against, pros and cons. Do you think Rowan could be R? Let me know in the comment section below as well. Okay, well that's all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content. That's all from me. See you soon.